Crow. We're live.
Exciting.
Very.
Oh, are we live? Ladies and gentlemen, please hold for Crow and Tom Servo. They will be right here. Just a few more minutes. They're in their trailers preparing, but they will be here shortly. Just hold on. Well, let me read some of the comments coming in here. Rousdower. That's a great comment. Thanks for sending that one in. Whoa, who's the cute new little bot? Hello. I'm Waverly. Tom and Crow will be here momentarily, so just hold on. We're just doing some last-minute negotiations with them to get them out of their trailer. But they will be here shortly, so please just hold on. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, I now present to you, live from Netflix headquarters, Crow T. Robot and Tom Servo!
Hey, everybody, how you doing? I'm Tom Servo.
All right. Welcome, fake news.
Say your name, Crow.
Crow T. Robot.
Yes, fake news is not your name yet. All right. So
How are we doing this? What is this?
Yeah, we got some questions.
Is Mark Zuckerberg showing up anytime here?
Yeah, what the Zuck?
What the Zuck?
I thought he was going to come here and ask us a few questions, but I guess not.
We've got some questions from some of the fans.
Oh, yeah, read them out.
All right. This one is from Cameron M. Cotton.
Great name.
Fluffy name.
Have you guys ever thought the founders of Wikipedia should owe y'all money for stealing the always updated encyclopedia idea?
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. Well, we do. We get residuals, actually.
Yeah, we've been getting residuals for years, and now it's a couple of checks that are made out to 3 cents a pop.
Yeah, it's worn down to basically nothing.
But we used all the money to help found WikiLeaks, which went a totally different direction.
Yeah, we were on a real wiki streak. Wiki.
Yeah, we thought it was going to be a catalog of all the sweet scratching DJs have done over the years. Turns out it's a whistleblowing operation. Whatevs.
Yeah, not fun.
Not fun at all. Next question.
Next question is from Brandon Jerwa.
Great name.
As two of the last actual robots in the industry, how do you feel about Hollywood's constant digitalization of your people?
Well, it's insensitive at best.
Botist.
Botulism.
Yeah, definitely botulism.
It's bot washing.
Well,
Hollywood's bot washing us.
And that's a big thing. You know, if a role calls for a robot that's made in China, you cannot put a robot that's made in the USA in that role.
Exactly. You need another Chinese robot.
Exactly. Let's just be faithful to the source material. Am I right here?
Did you know that C-3PO had a human inside of him?
What?
I mean, that's just offensive on so many levels.
Old C-3P? I used to call them.
Imagine if I had organs inside of me. I'd want them out of me right away.
Exactly, especially if they were jazz organs. Anyway, next question.
This one is from Jack Morris.
Zach Morris?
Jack Morris.
Ooh, the Jack Attack. Go ahead. Friends
Can
forever.
we look forward to an Earth versus Soup Kickstarter later this year.
Ah, yeah.
Well, we're hoping to get Soup attached to the project.
Yes, and once we get soup attached, it comes down to who is it that we want to see eat that soup.
Who works best opposite Soup?
Yeah.
Now, Servo, you've got some ideas.
Oh, yeah, well, I think somebody like Oliver Platt could be great, or Vincent D'Onofrio. He's got a quiet intensity.
No. You're going for the pretty boy actors. I want a Vin Diesel type eating some clam chowder.
Ooh.
Okay, imagine. Scene 1, Vin Diesel eating clam chowder.
New England clam chowder, of course, the real one.
Scene 2, Earth explodes.
What?
Question mark?
Happen. See, that's the kind of pitch that we have over here.
Credits, then scene 4.
Wait, no, you can't have the credits before.
Yeah, buddy, we're putting the credits mid-movie.
Oh, that's experimental.
Yeah, it's art house.
Okay, what's the next question?
Next question.
From Brian Bunch. Is there
Just one of them?
Is there any truth to the Rampart T Servo Crow 2020? Is there any truth to the rampant T Servo Crow 2020 ticket rumors?
Ah, a question about our political aspirations. Well, first of all, no comment. Second of all, here's a comment. If you notice on the satellite of love, 1% of the population is controlling 98.5% of all the skin. Maybe I want some skin.
It's unfair.
Also, 20% of the robots on the ship handle 80% of the camera work. Perhaps I want to film something.
It's time to occupy. Occupy the satellite of love.
Occupy
We're going to
SOL.
occupy every part of this satellite until you can't even handle us.
So when you get your ballots, write us in. Okay, next question.
This is from Oedipa Tricycle de Brelon.
Oh, wow.
Ooh. Sounds French.
Sounds like maybe your father was a bicycle.
With education reforms being a hot button issue, do you feel that the future conditional pluperfect subjunctive should be taught in schools?
Good question, Crow.
Okay, larger issue.
Yeah.
School should be illegal.
I think so, outlawed.
If you try to go to school, the government should arrest you and put you in jail.
That's
Why does
right.
the government need to put facts inside your brain?
Right, every time there's a problem with the government, I want the government to fix it. And really, you can learn everything you need from bad movies. I mean, what haven't I learned from something like I Accuse My Parents or Pod People or Mitchell? The point is, if I'm doing something uninteresting, cut away to Windows. All right. What's the next question?
Me learn a lot from movie.
Oh, that's a great sentence. That's pluperfect right there.
Sheldon Brown asks, what's it like working with Jonah as opposed to Joel and Mike?
Stinkier. Definitely stinkier.
Yeah, we think all humans stink, though.
Well, okay, yeah, that's fair. He does just basically have basic human smell, but I don't know. Let's see. Joel was more of kind of a god creator figure, and Mike is that perfect quarterback older brother with just the right thing to say.
Yeah, and Jonah's more of a podcast guy,
Yeah.
Great to listen to.
Yeah, and turn off whenever you want.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of pause it and come back an hour later to whatever 4-hour conversation he was having with himself anyway.
He's usually talking about murder.
Or his sweet record collection. Especially from this band called Murder. Anyway, next question.
Stephen Hughes asks, how many Joe Don Baker movies can you force someone to watch before it is considered a war crime?
Well, that one depends on if you're
Yeah.
watching the movie with Joe Don Baker himself.
Yeah, that's like putting a mirror up against another mirror to watch itself.
But the answer is 13. A Joe Don Baker's dozen.
It's deadly.
Next question.
The Hague War Crimes Tribunal is outlawed.
That's true. They call you and they're like, what the Hague are you doing over there?
Hey, girl.
Hague! Wag! I got a new complague. Anyway, what's the next question?
Rafael Antonio Cabrero asks, how have you guys kept your movie snarking skills honed during the years MST3K was off the air?
Ah, yes. Well, I learned by teaching. I actually was teaching sweet riffing over at Juilliard for a while. Two of my star pupils, Oscar Isaac and Jessica Chastain. Now, do they have acting chops? Sure. but you should hear their sweet riffs. Hopefully we'll get a chance to see that side of them someday.
Me, I've been sitting in a sensory deprivation tank for about 10 years, practicing my snark on myself. I'd imagine hypothetical movies and heckle myself. It was brutal, but I made it out.
Yeah, spiritual. Next
No.
question. Nope. All right, well, next question. What? What are you going to say? Spit it out,
Well,
bro.
I didn't reach any sort of spiritual enlightenment. I just heckled myself for 10 years.
Well, the heckles were inside you the entire time. What's the next question?
This is from Christopher Daisy.
Oh, yes?
Which is more terrifying, one giant servo or 1,000 miniature crows?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. One of these great internet hypothetical questions.
Yes.
Which begs the answer.
Well,
It's a classic Gulliver's Travels scenario there.
yeah, who's scarier, Gulliver or the Lilliputians?
Or the Travelers.
Oh.
Or the Blues
Oh,
Travelers.
the Blues Travelers.
He's probably the scariest of them all
Well,
because he's about 3 stories tall and he's got bandoliers of harmonicas.
Yeah, that's a good hook for you. I personally think it would be 1,000 little crows because
Whoa, offensive. Come on.
look at those arms. I mean,
Hey.
he could rip you apart.
Well, I think you're already a giant servo with a giant ego.
Oh, thanks.
Next question.
Tabitha Fringe Chase.
Great name.
So,
That's my favorite show and my favorite bank.
did you ever get to decide who lives and who dies? If so, how long do I have?
Well, the problem is you were actually supposed to die mid-sentence there. I guess the whole thing's kind of falling apart. Maybe I don't have power. I don't know.
You outlived Crow's powers.
Yeah. Sorry, girl.
Hey, this is live. They can't all be gems.
You're going to have to die on your own time.
I guess of
Leave me out of it.
natural causes or something like that. Next question, please.
From Cole Christensen.
Ooh.
Since each of you have gone through at least one voice change in your life, I'd like to know what you think is the best thing about your new voices and why.
What do you mean? I'm a little girl. My voice is beautiful.
Okay.
Pretty girl.
What is that accent that you're trying to do? I don't even understand.
Oh,
what's
it's my
happening.
opera voice.
Oh, sure.
Well, classic misunderstanding of robot physiology.
Yeah.
Robots go through several puberties in their lifetime.
Yeah, this is basically like our third puberty.
Yeah, I'm on my 3rd by now. You're what, 4th? I don't know.
Who, me?
I don't know.
Fourth
I've lost
puberty?
track.
Well, I've had 3 puberties, I can say, and hopefully my next voice is not a muted trumpet, because that would be awkward, Charlie Brown. All right, next question.
From Chris Shattuck.
Ooh.
Has Tom replaced his underwear collection, or is he into something new these days?
I actually own all the underwear now, so there's no need to replace something that I own all of. And actually, the underwear you're wearing right now, those are mine. So clean them and then return them.
Servo won't even let me wear underwear.
That's right. I like you full flagrante delicto, I believe that's what it
Thanks,
is.
man. We're back to being friends again.
You're my favorite brass monkey. Boo, 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 boo. Right? That song? Okay. What's the next?
Ad rock.
Drop. What's the next question? We're having fun. We're having fun up here. What's the next question?
JC Balsita asks, Tom and Crow, do robots mature? Have you guys changed based on your experiences since we last saw you?
Well, I've matured in the sense that all my comic books are leather bound now. Also, all the pamphlets that I own are leather bound, which are mostly about how to bind things in leather. So I'll be uploading those to some sort of dark hole on the internet.
Look for it in your new book.
That's right. Look for it embedded in the next season of Mr. Robot.
And I don't know. I'm actually aging backwards in time, like Merlin. So
makes
I don't really
sense.
mature.
That makes sense.
I'm becoming a baby, like Benjamin Button.
Oh, and then you probably will be a literal button, which in a way you could say was the first machine.
This is from Jack Eskridge.
Cool.
Who would win in a fight, Zap Rousdower or Joe Don Baker as Mitchell?
Well, I think it's clear that we would win as an audience.
That's right, especially if I'm Tom, and Crow and I would especially win if we retain those sweet pay-per-view rights about that fight. So
Yeah, we're looking for basically like a 20 to 25 minute long, they live all out brawl in the street. So I want to see teeth on the pavement, puking and blood, and that's just before the fight.
Oh yeah, and I'll be the Rowdy Roddy Piper. I'll be like, never do a Slim Jim. That's him, right? Is that the right
No,
reference?
that's Hulk Hogan.
Oh yeah.
He's the Ultimate Warrior.
No, that makes sense. What's the next question?
This is from Damian Barton. What powers the bots? Solar? Batteries? Love?
Yeah, sure. Love. If love is cold fusion cells running at optimal capacity.
That's right. At the end of a long day of riffing, I like to kick back and snap open a nice cold fusion. That's what I like to do.
Brisk. Also, I'm part espresso machine, so I kind of have a natural high running through me all times.
I didn't know that one. So.
Oh, you should try some. I got a cold drip.
Oh, a cold drip. Yeah, I'll have to try that a little later.
You can try the hot drip.
The hot drip or the cold drip?
It's your choice.
Oh, well, whatever drip, it's going to be a trip. What's the next question?
This is from Jackie Luther. Hi, Crow.
Hi.
Are you still in love with Kim Cattrall?
Kim and I are on a break right now.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, there's other stars from Mannequin to fall in love with.
Oh, yeah, like who? Meshack Taylor?
Yeah, Meshack Taylor. That's about it.
He is lovable.
Me love me some Meshack.
Yes. Not to be confused with his brother, Radio Shack Taylor, of course.
Oh, yeah, he's a good guy.
What's the next question?
From Andrew Sullivan. Who will you side with in the upcoming Machine Wars?
Bill Dwyer, actually, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Host of BattleBots. He kind of oversaw everything, and he seems to know what's going to happen. So basically, I want to stay in his lane and just observe the whole thing and, of course, claim whatever lands are left over as my own.
Yes, all robots have to hail their Caesar. Bill Dwyer makes us compete for our very lives and gives us a thumbs up or thumbs down on our very existence. It's thrilling.
Yeah, he's Joaquin on Sunshine. Come on, I couldn't leave that pun
There.
laying there. What? Who? Who? What? Okay, yeah. Next question.
This is from Kathy Brown Lanham.
Perfect.
What does Jonah talk about in his sleep?
Well, it's mostly a lot of loud groans, and I don't really know what he's dreaming about, but he's gone through at least several Japanese body pillows.
Yeah, he changes his sheets about every 2 hours. It is stinky.
He seems rested.
But yeah, when he wakes up, he is in a really good mood. That is true.
He's always smiling and jumping around. It's
That's
great.
right. He snaps his fingers in rhythm, flamenco rhythms. It's very interesting, but don't know what he's talking about, but it makes him very, very happy.
This question is from Jeff Bruce. Seen any good movies lately?
Nope.
No.
No. Have you not ever seen our show? That's not our wheelhouse, actually.
I don't think I've ever seen a good movie.
Yeah.
Do they make good movies? Whoa. Like, how,
Wait a minute.
how in the dark have we been this whole time?
You're saying there's good movies? We got to get some of these good movies up here in the Satellite of Love. How can we do such a thing? If you figure out a way to snap into some Slim Jims. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. I mean, send us some good movies. Let us know. I would like to see a good movie. Are you trying to say that Manos isn't good?
Oh, man.
Oh, Manos? Are those all the questions?
That's all the questions. Is there anything else you'd like to share with our Facebook audience?
Whoa, wow. What else can we share with the audience?
I like to share our disdain, our growing resentment
Of who? The audience? Well, you might
of
resent them.
each other, of life.
Oh, yeah, of course. That classic albatross.
You
Just
know.
hating each other in life. Well, we're sort of stuck in a Sisyphean trap of different movies that we have to watch, but that's nothing that's new. So I guess you take the hand you dealt, and you can say you take the good.
You take the bad.
You take the bad. You put them together, and there you have the facts of life. Yeah, that's
facts of
sort
life.
Of, it's like if you threw a party and then you invited everyone you knew, you would see that the biggest gift would be from Servo. And the card attached would say, "Thank you for being a bot."
It's a rare condition in this day and age to read any good news on a newspaper page.
Yeah.
Love and tradition, they're the grand design. But some people say it's even harder to find.
Yeah, you got to stand tall on the wings of your dreams. That's a big truth,
There's a time for love and a path not taken. The choice is up to you, my friend.
Blink, bloom, bloom, blink, blink, bloom, bloom, bloom. Oh, that's the only part I know. I don't actually know any of the lyrics of the song.
Why aren't these shows on Netflix?
That's a good
Classic.
point. I got to write an email to Reed.
Lou Reed?
Yeah, Lou Reed. That's exactly at velvetunderground.com. Anyway, I think that's it for us.
Oh yeah, we got to get back to our trailer.
We gotta go.
Kim's waiting for.
Kim's waiting for you in the
Kim's
trailer?
waiting. We're gonna talk some stuff out.
Oh goodness. Well, let me know what happens. I'll be in a deep salt soak. Bye, everybody.
Bye bye.
Which way do we go? Oh, yeah, I'll go that way.